Ellis and Eddy Street. Street cleaning truck rolls down the street, hoses down the bag lady, while across the street, sweet Mary adjusts her nylon hose, tries to hide the track marks from the narcs, walks her beat, looks for a white man in search of a chocolate treat. Street cleaning truck makes its second round, washes down the urine-infested streets, cleans up the city for the 9 to 5 crowd, hoses down the nightmares masking the American dream, reality, a glass of warm beer, a shot of Jim Beam. No questions asked. You think you know me because we share the same bed? Know where I work, what restaurants I frequent? You think you know me because you've made love to me, made the bed, cleaned the house? You think you know me because I've gone down on you, pick you up after work, rub your back, vote the same political party? You think you know me because you read my poetry, cry with me, fuck with me, laugh with me, come with me? Don't make me laugh, it's all a disguise. Desperate for attention, desperate for love, desperate for a meaningful relationship. Dinner by candlelight, Valentine's 365 days a year, when life is seldom more than a series of sitcoms with an occasional blockbuster movie thrown in. I don't want Wonder Woman. I don't want a partnership. I'm not into leather or genital torture, physical or mental mind games. I don't want a bond. I'm not looking for a tennis match. I don't want my ego massaged. I'm not looking for an alternative lifestyle. I don't want a bimbo. I don't want a mannequin. I don't want a homosexual, a lesbian, or a bisexual. I don't want a perfect 10 or a woman who tell me how, where, and when. I don't want a trip to Rome. I'm not interested in glory holes or buttholes. I don't want to meet your mother, your sister, your brother, or to make your heart flutter. I don't want a Ford Mustang or know about the big gang or hang around with the gang. I don't want parody. I don't seek your charity. I don't want mathematical equations or clandestine meetings at train stations. I don't want to go to midnight mass or fuck you in the ass. I don't want you to dress in buttons and bows or to lick your toes. I don't want to show you up on the dance floor to make you my private whore. All I want is for me to be me, you to be you, a chance to see another day through. All I want is to take one day at a time, never have to make another poem rhyme. All I want is to be here in bed, lying next to you. No questions asked, no faces to unmask.
Wow. Yeah!
I'll read two real short ones and then close with a political poem. Home for my mother. My mother's eyes stare at me like a wounded doe looking into a rifle scope. The months grow antlers, the years fangs. Time, a barbed wire fence, tears at my soul. Her smile fading like watercolors off a worn canvas. The shadow of my ancestors stalk my dreams, like an aging warrior tracking game. My mother's eyes smoldering like hot ashes in a Hiroshima graveyard. And tone for my father. These are from No Room for Buddha, my dysfunctional family. Home for my father. I look at your photo hanging on the wall and think back to the conversations we never had. The way you stared out the window day and night the year before your death. No amount of drinking can erase the memory as I toss down one drink after another. Past soft liver tissue, try to avoid the vacant look in your eyes. Pieces of my brain stapled to the lampshade. I'll close with, thank you. Close with this political poem. Some people, my poet friends, say there's no difference between Obama and the Republicans. I'd strongly disagree on that. If you take domestic issues into mind, you'll see the Republican Party will set the country back 50 years. With having said that, that poem's not about that. The system. Politicians who run on change and give us chump change. A system where the young drowned in loan debt. A system where half the Congress are millionaires protecting their millionaire brothers. Manufacturing dead, workers unemployed or forced to work at low-paying jobs that cannot sustain a family. Men and women who have worked half their lives, laid off, given 2 weeks severance check. A Supreme Court of politicians dressed in black robes who declare corporations and individual and money the 21st century God. A system where stand your ground laws serve as legalized murder. A system that fears voices of dissent. A system that stifles peaceful demonstrations. A system where pepper spray and tear gas are used on protesters like bug spray on weeds. Tear gas and clubs remind me of the 60s, the Vietnam protests, the Chicago brutality. If you learn anything from history, you've learned nothing. You speak of the sin of our national debt, but the real sin is the homeless, gay bashing, Wall Street criminals, greedy bankers, and politicians bought by lobbyists. As we build more prisons to discourage revolution while cutting back on food stamps for the poor in order to give the rich more tax breaks. Right-wing radio calls the protesters hippie scum when all they are doing is crying out for economic justice in a failed system. I worked the better part of my life, but I can no longer pledge allegiance to the flag of the U.S. and everything it no longer stands for. I will not bow down to corporate America and the Tea Party. I cannot accept your moral bankruptcy, your greenback God, buying and selling human lives on the stock market exchange, where ka-ching, ka-ching has become the new national anthem. America, the protesters are not your enemy, they are your conscience. You have become one big insane asylum run by right-wing extremists. Your manic, depressive innkeepers waging war on the masses. A war this time you cannot, must not, and will not win. Thank you.
All right. Thank you.